Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be canning peaches. So I've got some water heating up because I'm going to put my peaches in them. As I put them in, I'll take the little labels off. I've already washed them. I washed my produce in vinegar water to get off any bad stuff. So what I'll be doing is putting peaches in this water. I'll leave them in there for about a minute, and then I'll move them over to the cold water. Alright, I won't keep you here for this, but I'll bring you back in just a minute. I forgot to mention that if you take a knife and split the skin a little bit, see there's a spot right there, it helps the water migrate under the skin so that these are easier to peel. The reason I'm doing this is so I can slip the skins off, just like you do with tomatoes. Putting them over here at first in this cool water bath to shock them, stop them cooking, and then over here in this second cool water bath to continue cooling the peaches down. So I'll get these out, get some more in the hot water, and go again. I'm going to be peeling these peaches. See, the skin just pulls off. Just need to put it somewhere. If they're not really ripe, you may have to take a little more effort with a knife to get the skin off. But mostly, it's really easy. When I get this one peeled, I'll cut it up into this bowl of water over here that has citric acid in it. That'll keep it from browning. These are freestone peaches, so they're not difficult to work with. See, that part didn't get under the water, I think. The stem out. Just going to go right around it. Give it a little pull, a little tug. I'm going to make sliced peaches, and I'm going to slice them right into this water. Because I don't want them to get brown before I can them. So I'll bring you back in a few minutes when I start putting them in the jars. Okay, I'm getting my syrup ready. It's a light, maybe a very light sugar syrup. I think I've got enough peaches. Yeah, I've got some to go here. But I think I've got enough peaches in this bowl already cut up to make several pints with, and I want to get this show on the road. So as soon as this syrup gets heated up, I'll start putting the peaches over in it, and I will let them boil for just a few minutes, and then start putting them over in the jars. I've got my steam canner on the stove right now, getting the jars warmed up. See right there. And what I'll wind up doing though is probably taking this, as soon as I get the jars filled, let my son help me carry this out, and we will take it and put it on the grill, on the side burner of the grill, and can out there because it is super hot here, y'all. Okay, here's my cut up peaches. I'm putting them over into the syrup. I'm going to go ahead and put quite a few in there because as soon as it comes to a boil, that's all you have to do, is let it come to a boil and then start putting them in the jars. So I can put a lot of peaches in here right now. Anyway, I prefer hot pack, and it is a recommended way so that you get less fruit floating in the jars. So I'll bring you back when I start to get fruit over into the jars. Okay, I've got my jars hot and ready. My peaches have come to a boil, and I turned them off. Get this out of the way. So now it's time to put them in the jar. So I'll do one for you. You see that foam? That foam is some of the air that came out of the peaches. Fill them to a 1/2 inch headspace. Let me get my chopstick and get them down in there. Anyway, this is fruit, so it goes to a 1/2 inch headspace, and it will be water bathed or steam canned. Work the air bubbles out with a chopstick. Check my headspace. It's a little low yet. Probably should skim the foam off. A little bit more. Okay. Make sure I've got the air bubbles all out. The piece right there, it turned dark. Let me get that out. Don't like that. It's dark because I guess I didn't get all the skin off of them. Alright. Wipe the rim with a damp paper towel. This is a sugar syrup, so I'm not using vinegar. There's no grease. Got my clean lids and rings over to the side. So I'll put on a clean lid. On a clean ring. And that's it. Started turning, so that's all I'm going to do. Put it back over into the canner. Then I'll get the other jars out and get those filled. Okay, I've got all my jars in my steam canner. I've got 9 pints of peaches in there in an extra light sugar syrup. Now, what I'm going to do, I've got it turned on. I decided not to go outside. I'll wait till steam comes blowing out of this little hole. And when the indicator gets all the way around to the dark green area, I'll set my timer. I should mention the time for processing these is 20 minutes. I also wanted to say that if you want to keep from any of the fruit that you're canning, like peaches and apples and pears, if you want to keep them from turning brown, oxidizing while you're getting ready to can them, I used 2 tablespoons of citric acid into that big bowl of water. You can also use lemon juice or ascorbic acid, even vinegar, but vinegar may lend some flavor. The other items do not lend any extra flavor to the fruit. Okay, the steam is venting out of this little hole. And the needle is gotten over to the dark green area, so now I can start, let me see if you can see that. Yeah. And now I can start my 20-minute timer. Okay, the timer went off, so I'm going to let this sit covered in this canner for 10 minutes before I take off the lid, and I will probably hear them start popping. You do that to help reduce siphoning, and it's also not as dangerous. Okay, so here we are. You see there's still some floating. I'm not concerned because as these cool down, they'll settle. This one in the front is in pretty good shape. So 9 pints of home canned peaches. Now we're just waiting for them to seal. Thanks for watching.